guys, Kate here. Today we're going to be talking a little bit on how to improve your dog's listening skills and also teaching your dog self-control. So we are going to build off some of the skills that we've already gone over in some of the videos that we've done this week. One of those is going to be place, and then the other one we're going to focus on is wait. So I'm going to give you 3 different scenarios that you can practice with your dog to help teach them how to practice the self-control and also how to listen to you a little bit better. So the first one I'm going to show you guys here is actually super simple. All you're going to need to do is have whatever you're using for your dog's place, and you're just going to move it somewhere that they're not used to. So for example, these pet cots I typically have inside of my house for our dogs, and they use that as their place. But today I've moved it outside. There's more distractions out here. There's birds, there's rabbits, there's our neighbor's dog is outside. So it's a really good way to help distract your dog, making sure that they stay on their place. If your dog hasn't perfected the place command yet, that's okay. You can do it for shorter terms. You can have them on a leash if you need to, whatever works. But in this case, I'm just asking them to stay there. I might sit down, have something to eat. Essentially, they just need to stay there until I give them the command, which is free, free, and then they can all get up. And then if you want to put them back on their place, same thing. So come on, guys, let's go. You guys need place? Good. Guinness, place. Guinness, your place is here. Guinness, place. Place. Good. Sit. Sit. Penny, come on. Penny, let's go. Penny, place. Good girl. Can you sit? Okay, perfect. You guys down? Reggie, down. Good boy. Guinness, down. Good boy. So I'm just asking them to get back up there. So that's a really good game to practice too. So if you can get your dog kind of excited, if they see something exciting that's going on, have them run to their place really quick, lay down, and then have them sit there for a few minutes. So place is a really good way to practice some of that self-control. Again, put it in a place where they're not used to having that command. Guinness is gonna get up and move around, that's fine. So like for example, I said you can have it outside, it can be somewhere in your house. Another couple of really good ways to practice place, it's gonna be one while you're eating dinner, and then also while you're cooking dinner. So it's really good for your dog to know to give you space when food is involved, and that's gonna bring me to what we're gonna be talking about next. So to help your dog listen to you a little bit better, you wanna be more important to your dog. And what I mean by that is you want to be a good resource for your dog to get its food, water. Your dog needs to know that those kind of things are coming from you. So obviously with treats, that's a little bit easier because you're handing the dog the treat. They know that's coming from you. But if you are free feeding your dog, maybe that you don't have a set meal schedule, those are some really good ways to help improve your relationship with your dog so they know that you are the source for the food. So I'm actually going to demonstrate that one next. All right. So for this part, when we talk about food and how you're going to be a better resource for your dog so they know that you control more of their food and things like that, I'm going to show you guys how we do dinner time in our house and how we utilize the command wait and how that's going to help your dog with impulse control and also listening to you. So the idea behind it is you're just going to go ahead and fill your dog's bowl. In this case, I have 4, so I have 4 bowls obviously. So I'll grab these so you guys can see that. And so usually we don't feed our dogs outside. We actually do our dinner inside in our kitchen. And there's pretty much like a line kind of like this to where the tile kind of switches. So they all know that we line up there, we sit, we wait for our food, they make eye contact, and then they can have it. But to show you guys this, let's say you're maybe not ready to do all that with your dogs, I'm actually going to keep them in their place command, and I'll show you how to utilize that instead. So for starters, make sure your dog is in its place. It needs to know that it has to stay there, even though what I have in my hand is pretty rewarding because it's dinner time. And then you're just going to set it down in front of your dog. Wait. 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 So it's okay if they get up. They just cannot get up. Callie, I get my cat from eating the dog food. They just can't get up out of their place until we give them the command. So what I'm looking for whenever I'm feeding my dogs at dinner time, they've got their food bowl in front of them. I like them to be in a sit position, and I like everyone to give me eye contact. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like pretty quickly. But again, usually we don't have this place command, but if you're starting from scratch, start with the place, have them wait like this, and then once you give them the command, they can actually get down and eat it. So ready? Wait. Look at me. Okay. And so for us, okay is the release command. Mika, okay. Mika's kind of an old lady, so it takes her a second to get up. Come on, Mika, you can get up. Come on, Mika, okay. Just old German Shepherd kind of stuff. But that's a really good example of how you can control dinner time. Anytime you feed your dog or you have control over when they can eat or when they can have dinner, that's going to make a huge difference in your dog's ability to listen to you and want to pay attention. So I'm going to let them finish eating, and then we're going to move on to the next thing we can do. Alright, so now that everybody is done eating, I'm going to show you the last technique that I think you guys should be trying with your dogs to help them learn a little bit more self-control. And this one, depending on how food motivated your dog is, this one I consider to be a little bit trickier because my dogs love this so much. But if you have a really food motivated dog, your dog might be really obsessed with the dinner technique instead, and that one might be harder. But for example, anytime my dogs actually see a leash, they usually go crazy because they know we're either going for a walk, we're going to the park, we're going somewhere, and it's going to be fun. So a good thing for you to practice with that is to get your dog's leash and then practice having them be calm before you actually move forward with your walk. This is actually going to help your walk a lot as well, because if your dog's really excited and amped up the second that they walk out the door, you're already encouraging your dog to have high energy and to be very excited. Obviously that's a little bit trickier right now to not have your dog be really excited since we're all cooped up inside right now. But essentially you just want to practice the whole idea that your dog has to be calm and settle down before you actually go for a walk. And it's okay if this one takes a couple of minutes before your dog actually settles down. My dogs are always really, really amped and excited to go for a walk. So pretty much it usually takes us, I would say, anywhere for about 2 to 4 minutes now to get them to fully settle down before we actually put them on the walk. But I'm still going to show you guys that. So currently I have my leashes set aside. My dogs don't know that the leashes are over there. And I'll show you how excited they get when they see them, and then how we practice settling down before we move forward with putting the leashes on. You guys want to go for a walk? Oh. Alright, so you're about to see how everyone gets really excited the second that we see our leashes. They know that means that we're getting ready to go for a walk, and that is pretty awesome for them. You guys, what do you want to do? You want to go for a walk? So they're actually being a little bit calmer than they normally would. Okay, there we go. This is typical behavior. They all get pretty excited. So all you're going to do in this case is you're going to hold your leash, and then you're just going to wait for them to practice some sort of calm behavior. Once that actually happens, then you're going to go ahead and put the leash on your dog. So you can encourage them to sit, wait, whatever you think is going to get them to calm down a little bit faster. So come here, guys. You guys sit. Mika. Penny. Penny's already waiting at the gate. She's ready to go. Come here, Penny. Come here. You guys sit. Good boy, Reg. Good. Sit. Sit. Come on, you can sit. Sit. Hannah, sit. You want to go for a walk? You guys sit. You guys sit. Sit. Come on. Sit. Penny, sit, please. Come on. So it's okay, again, if it takes a second. That's pretty normal. They're all pretty excited. Guinness. But I'm not putting anybody's leash on them until they actually all sit and wait. Guinness, sit. Good boy. Reggie, good boy. Mika, come. Mika. Just sit. Good girl. Alright, so now that everybody's calmed down a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and put leashes on. If your dog starts to get up while you're putting on the leash, just pull back up and then just, Penny. So I'm kind of pulling on our leash. Sit. Wait. Good girl. Give her a wait command. But if your dog does start to get up while you're actually putting the leash on them, just go back up like this and wait until they actually sit. So Guinness. Sit. In my case, since I have 4, I like all of them to be sitting and waiting before we leave. So even while I'm leashing the other guys, I like them to wait as well. Guinness, come on, sit. Guinness, sit. Sit. Come on, Guinness, sit. Come on, Guinness. Guinness, sit. So of course, Guinness isn't going to behave for the camera right now. Guinness, sit. There it is. Good boy. All right, Reggie, sit. Penny, sit. Good. Good wait. Stay. Great job. Stay. And pretty much I'm just going to grab everybody's leash one by one, and then they cannot get up. Sit. So Reggie's got to go back and sit. Good boy. Until we're actually ready to move forward with the walk. So now that he's sitting. Grab everybody's leash. So once I grab the leash, they're free to get up. Mika got up a second early there, but that's okay. And then we're going to start going for a walk. So pretty much the main idea behind that is everybody just needs to remain calm when they're going for their walk. Another good thing for you to practice too is, come here guys, make sure everybody's back kind of near you so that way you can start your walk off on the right foot. So I'm going to make sure everybody's lined up next to me. Again, hopefully you have less dogs. But I'll make sure everyone's lined up next to me, and then I make the first step forward when we walk. Good job, guys.